Hi and welcome, Martina here. This is my first video as the November 2020 guest for Wow Embossing. I recently had the opportunity to be a part of the Wow Embossing new release blog and YouTube hop, and we've been showing some amazing products, but the products I absolutely fell in love with were the Catherine Pooler inspired powders, which are Dectaholes and Cranberry Sparkle. These are, well, the most Christmassy embossing glitters I've ever seen. And I thought I could just create another card with these two powders. And to start, I have die cut a Alexandra Renke candy die from just regular cardstock. And I've been placing the die cuts on a coffee filter and just poured the whole jar of the cranberry sparkle over them after I've been putting them into my clear ultra slow drying embossing ink pad. Usually when I'm working on bigger surfaces like these die cuts are to me, I know that I won't get a really proper coverage of the embossing powder in one go. So I'm not trying too hard to get everything perfect in the first try. I'm just pouring it over, funneling the excess powder back into the jar and heat embossing the die cuts for a first time. And after everything has been set, I just repeated all of the steps again, which means putting them into the embossing ink pad, pouring the glitter over them, cleaning my desk, and after that, heat embossing the die cut once again. And in a second, when I'm just done with the heat embossing, I've cut the second part out of the video because it was really just the same. You'll see me showing the nice red candies into the camera, and I just love the coverage and the shine. It's just perfect and yummy, isn't it? Now you see me just getting a first idea of the arrangement of the candies on my card. I usually work on some kind of a slimline-ish card. It's the format I just like the most. And since I'd like to have a Merry Christmas sentiment on my card, I've been grabbing a Alexandra Renke Merry Christmas die, which is a two-part die. It has a bold bottom part and a thin outline upper part. And when I've been first thinking of my card, I had the idea of using white puff on the bold part and the Deck the Whole sparkle on the outline part. But when I've seen my red candies on the white ground, I just thought that it would be nicer to cover the bold bottom part with the Deck the Holes and just get a nice green and festive title and just leave the outlines white. By watching some of the videos of the Wow Design team members on YouTube, I have learned that you should heat emboss the die cut pieces with chunkier powders on them from the backside. But to me, it works so much easier to just put the die cut onto my wood panel, hold it with my tweezers, and take the time and heat emboss it just on the lower level of my dual speed Wow heat gun. That works just fine to me. After the green embossing has been finished too, I took my Nuvo glue and just glued the outline to my title. And usually when you're gluing onto something like embossing glitter or even the white puff, the snowy embossing powder, you really have to make sure that everything is stucking or gluing really well. So I'm just usually using something heavy like a stamping block or something like that to put on top and make sure that everything stays put. I'm still trying to get an idea of my card, and for a short second I already had the final design in mind, and now you see me just gluing down the candies and, as I said before, putting something heavy on top of them. After the candies are glued down, I did two things. I just put some foam tape to the back of my title because I love to work dimensional on my cards. And I also took the time and made the effort to put all these little fallout pieces from the candies back into the candies, which just adds, well, it adds that little extra. I could have left it like this. It was really nice, but I think it looks more finished with filled gaps. And off camera, I've been creating another card using the Summer Scoops Trio, which is a super fun and I tend to say yummy embossing powder set, because there are lots of people around me which are not really up for the traditional kind of Christmas, but love the festivities. And I thought it's just a nice idea to have a card for them too, but not too traditional Christmassy with the traditional colors or saying. And I'll add a picture of that card on the end of the video, and you'll see it would totally work as a summer birthday card or a summer party invitation, because these colors are just too fun and bright. But back to the card. After I've put all these tiny bits and pieces back to their spots, I am gluing down my title, and I'm using a ruler just to make sure that everything is nicely aligned and not too diagonal or something like that. And after that, I just glue down some white sequins or diamonds, and that's it. I absolutely love that card and hope you liked my process, and hope we'll see us again soon. Have a nice day. Bye.